Hi, it's Raina and welcome to Dreamlight Adventure. Today I decided to do the outside of Lady Tremaine's house. I looked at the sketches in the original movie and tried to go as best I could from them. And so we see that her house is worn down because she hasn't really been putting money into it. It says she enjoys shopping more than taking care of her house. And so I tried to reflect that in the house. I didn't want it to look creepy, so I hope I haven't gone that far, but I also wanted it to look run down, so the house to me really kind of looks like it is worn down. You kind of can see some brick through the plaster, so she hasn't been taking care of the house as well as she should have. And so I assume from that she probably does not have a gardener. And so I made the outside look that way. So we see some things just like sitting around that probably shouldn't be sitting around. I used bracken for plants in the front as if they were withered plants from not being taken care of. And to the left, I put a nice garden that probably Cinderella is taking care of. I remembered reading somewhere, and I think this was just like an extra movie stuff that Disney puts on, that where she sees the fairy godmother was a garden for her mother. And so I kind of felt like that would be an area that she would try to tend herself. And so I have made that part of the garden still look very nice. And I put the bench in there for the fairy godmother. So I do plan on doing the inside, but the outside took longer than I thought. And so it ended up being like a 14-minute video. And if I would have done the inside too, it would have been a pretty long video. So I split up the inside and the outside, but I'm going to be doing the inside next. And I'm going to do all 3 rooms. So if you're interested in seeing that, you might want to subscribe if you haven't already. And then I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you like it. I'm going to put on some nice music now so you can just sit back and relax and let the cares of the day just roll off your back. All right, so now it's time for our little walkthrough. And I did put Lady Tremaine's house off of Belle's Village, more just because of the look of it than anything else. I don't know if I'm going to keep it here or move it somewhere else. If we ever do get more of Cinderella stuff, then I might move those two things together. But here's the path to Lady Tremaine's house. I kind of made it a little run down. I tried to put some tall grasses in there, and I broke up the rock rug with the stepping stones and leaves as if some of it has worn away. It's not the greatest. We have to use our imagination a little bit, and here's where I used bracken to look like shriveled plants that haven't got anything. I also used some bushes from the sunlight plateau so that they look untended also. Some grasses, things are getting dried up and not being well taken care of. This is the area that I feel that Cinderella would tend herself, and the little bench there from Fairy Godmother. Of course, I had to put in some pumpkins, which I have to say I hadn't at first, and my daughter told me, well, she needs pumpkins in there, and she was absolutely right. So I did use this archway from Jack, which may have been a little too far, but when you look at the sketches, their archway does kind of look like that, and so you would imagine that over time it just didn't do well either. So that is our little tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got some inspiration from it. It is kind of a continuation of Belle's Village, even though it is a Cinderella item, but I appreciate you stopping by and looking at it, and I hope you have an awesome day.